Look who we have back, Mindy. Mindy is our awesome assistance dog. She is with a lovely lady who's in a wheelchair who basically takes Mindy everywhere with her, who's like a therapy dog, keeps her calm, makes her feel good, which dogs do to everyone. They're awesome animals. But what I'm doing with Mindy is just teaching her to walk by the chair at the right pace, to stop when she stops, stay down, all the basics, and just develop a well-balanced dog, which she is already. She's a super calm dog. But I'm down here to really expose her to a lot more things, like in the other videos I'll show you. Just get her non-reactive to dogs and noises, so she really learns to stay calm. We can't afford to have a dog like this size, especially pull the chair and you know, get scared or get freaked out. So that's what Mindy's here for. So we'll video some of her progress. So right now she's on a what I call free, so she's not in a work mode. If I call her to be by my side, I say that quietly because that's a command, she'll know to come by my side. So if I got Mindy here and I say her name, Mindy, side, she'll turn, she'll come back, and there she is, right by my side. So she's learning very well that command called side. And then when she's told to be by my side, she walks at my pace. Let's go, Mindy. Mindy, good girl. And if I go slow, Mindy goes slow. He just got out of the car, so he's got a little bit of energy. And if I stop, Mindy stops. If I tell her to stay, stay. Step out front, I walk back. And we'll show you some more as we go. Good girl. So probably one of the biggest battles I have with any dog, especially this dog, this one's a bit harder because Mindy, side. She's got to learn when she's told side, no, leave it. But she's not allowed to stop and sniff because she's working. Mindy. So there's a lot of having to ignore smells, and it's a work in progress. It's pretty hard for a dog with their sense of smell and what they want to do. So I'm purposely walking on the grass, Mindy, side, where she's going to be tempted. No, tempted, and I have to correct her and tell her leave it. It's a lot easier on the concrete, but she has to be able to do this. Unless I tell her side, unless I tell her leave it, tell her that she's allowed to go, she's not allowed to smell. So she's right now, she's in the side command. And now if I tell her, Mindy, free, free. You see her run out the front. Now she can smell and be a dog. So what I'm trying to teach there, good girl. When she's on free, she's allowed to do this. So it's very clear to her then that she knows when she's working and when she's not working. When she's on the free, she can walk out front, she can stop and scratch. She can walk at her pace and just let her be a dog. It's really important that she learns to relax like this. So it's about switching her on and switching her off. And that was a really good reaction, considering this is her 5th lesson. So she's doing amazing. Very hard for a dog to override that instinct to smell and stop, and ask her not to do that is pretty tough. It's going to take a lot of work, but we'll get there. So she's still on the free now until I tell her to come back. Mindy, side, side. She comes back around, and there she's on my side again. Beautiful. Okay, so let's do a little bit more. Mindy, so now she's working. She's got to learn. Good girl. No smelling now. Mindy. Yes, good girl. So I just watch her every time she goes to smell. Leave it. She's not allowed to when she's working. Good girl. Good girl. And if I go slow, Mindy, she's got to go slow. I'm like really slow right now. Think about the pace of a wheelchair. It's about this. Good girl. Stop. And we come back by her side. And I'm just using the command, go. So I'm not using heel, I'm using stop and go. Like really simple terms. Let's go. Good girl. Mindy, free. Yes, there you go. Free again. So knowing to work and knowing to go free, and then let her have a bit of a game. Good girl. Yeah, good girl. Now Mindy will know the commands stop and go, but she'll also learn to respond to that automatically. But I'm still going to teach her the verbals. Mindy, stop. Go. Stop. Go. Good. They're not the terms used in a lot of dog training obedience, but I want to use like literal terms for the owner, so it's very simple to remember. And the dog just learns to these commands. Mindy, stop. Stay. Leave it. Stay. 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 Good girl. Go. Good girl. And all at my pace. Good girl. Very good, Mindy. You know, we're sort of coming to a town area, obviously. So she's got to learn to walk right at my pace. I'm going to walk through people. Good girl. Mindy, stop. Mindy, sit. Good girl. Go. Yes. It's also important, obviously, that we use different environments. So we have a ramp here. She's got to learn to walk up, which is not complicated, but she's got to walk at my pace. As they go up slow. Good girl, Mindy. Obviously, there's probably going to be no stairs involved, but it won't hurt her to learn to go down the pace at stairs anyway. The more exposure to different surfaces, the more confident she becomes. Good girl. Good girl. Lots of downstays. Stay. Good girl. Just we're sitting on a bench, waiting. She's got to learn to just be calm and wait. Good girl. We're not using any food rewards now. It's all verbal. Praise, pats, good girls. So, busier area now, in town. So, good girl. Mindy, stop. Go. Good girl. People, dogs, side. Leave it. Girl, leave it. Mindy, good girl. That's pretty good. Pretty hard to stop a dog at least sniffing a dog, but she didn't pull me over, didn't pull away. Good girl. Okay, so also just using an ATM, because I'm going to stop for a bit longer, we'll use the sit. We come up, Mindy, stop. Mindy, sit. Put her in the sit. Stay here for a while. Good, stay. Got the ATM. Good girl. Good dog. And then we use it. Go. And then we walk off. Good. Very good, Mindy. Good girl. Good walking. Slow pace. Pretty hard for a dog sometimes. I don't want to be walking this slow, obviously. She's such a good dog. Good girl. Nice loose lead. Good girl. Hello. Hello. So we do a lot of walking towards obstacles where she's got to learn, it's okay, to go my side. Wherever I walk, she's not to go round the wrong side. Even a pole like this, we walk towards it, she's got to squeeze on the inside. Good girl, Mindy. Good girl. Good girl, Mindy. Good girl. That's the way. Nice and slow. That was a really cool walk through town. Mindy did so good. Considering 5 lessons, very early days. She's such a good dog. She was already a good dog before I got her. I haven't, made her this calm. She was pretty calm anyway, but she's improving on her stops and goes, downs and sits. She's a little bit nervous around town, which is what she's here for. Lots of exposure to just different sounds. Sometimes even tiles under the ground move and make a bit of a noise, funny. She needs to get used to all that sort of stuff. So we can't afford to have anything surprises. Reminds me of, my police dogs in the army when I was there, the horses in the police force, how they work as well, that they have to be calm under pressure, any sort of, riots, things like that. Similar to a dog like this, she's got to learn nothing can freak her out. Well, it's pretty hard to be nothing, but try and give her as much exposure as we can to these things, so we're not going to be too surprised by anything. That's what we're here for. She's doing really, really good today. Very happy with her. And a nice little reward for Mindy. I can't let her off lead here, but still, this dog sees a stick and changes, and she crunches him. Mindy, you're only going to get one throw out of that. But this, for her, is like a reward. It's like giving food, but this is her reward. Yeah, good catch. After all that work you did. Ready? Catch it. It's pretty hard. We need another one. Come over here. So this is like her reward. Ready? This one. Here's a bigger one. Oh, I'll throw it small. We don't want to hurt your teeth. Come on. Yeah, and then crunch. She'll snap it in half. Don't break it. Give it here. I'd love to let you off lead, Mindy, but I can't. Oh, I gotta act like I can. Get in trouble. Good girl. But that's a little reward for her. Little chew, little play, finish off after doing all that listening. Hey, Mindy. So that's her little reward. Just a game to let her be a normal dog. And her owner is very aware of that too. She makes a real effort to let her. She gets walk, gets taken to the beach and all that. And that's really important, I think, with an assistance dog. That you let them, they do good work, but then you also let them go crazy and be a dog. But the next step is obviously walking inside shops and things like that, which she's done before. She's been shopping and done all that. This won't be the first time, but we've got to tighten up everything. Get her right in by the side and really paying attention to stop in and go in and down when she's needed and sit in and non-reactivity. But for 5 lessons, I think we're doing a good job. So for anyone who's looking to get your own dog calmer for your own sort of style of assistance dog, this is what sort of thing you've got to do, is a lot of exposure. You can't go from your backyard and expect your dog to be the same as your backyard downtown. Dogs are funny like that. If you train them in one area, they can tend to be sometimes obedient in one area and listen in one area and not others. So you need to train them in all different areas so they learn they've got to listen down here on the grass, down on the wharf down there, near a shop, near a skate park, near a field, near the beach, whatever it is. Do you train in multiple areas to teach them to listen to wherever you are, like they've got to listen? It's like when your kids are at home and they listen at home and you'll say, now when you go to your friends, make sure you listen when you're over there. We instinctively do that anyway. So you're trying to do that with your kids, so let's do it with your dogs. Train them in many different areas and get them to be calm, expose them to scenarios. So more off the assistance side of thing, if you want your dog to be calm when a ball gets kicked by them in a public area, you need to practice that, not wait until it arises when you're not ready to correct it. Practice kicking the ball at home, so your dog's doing a stay. Then practice kicking the ball in public. And practice a scenario. So when it happens for real, the dog is not so surprised by it and gets freaked out. It goes, I've seen this 1,000 times. That's no different than Mindy right now, being exposed, so she doesn't get surprised when it's a real world situation. I'm trying to expose her to it now, so nothing surprises her. So that's Mindy's progress. Stay tuned. Guys, if you enjoy my videos, I really appreciate a subscribe, a share, a like, and don't forget there's a little bell icon. If you tick the bell, it'll let you know when I do my next video, so you won't have to find it. It'll just come up on your phone and you'll be able to watch my next video. Tell other people about my channel. I appreciate it. Help me grow this channel, and I hope you're enjoying the information. See ya.